Hi everyone, my name is Natasha Westover and welcome to Accounted International. Today I'm joined by Andrew Kirby and we're talking about success and what it looks like for each of us. So we're going to give our view on that so you can see what it looks like for us, and then we invite you to take a look at your life and think about what success looks like for you. And that's because once you've understood what success is like for you, then you can plan for it and you can create goals and targets and you can move towards it. So that's really why we're making this video today. So I'll hand over to AK to kick us off.
Okay, Natasha, I think my idea of success is more centered around achieving balance in life, in terms of work, in terms of personal life and activities at home. So I think rather than trying to achieve other people's goals and ideas of success, I would very much focus my life. I've very much focused my life on balance between home and work, and leisure and work. So I guess from my perspective, I always look at things and decide, what is enough to, in terms of career goals and in terms of finances to achieve what I want to achieve. And I guess it's living my life on my terms, not on other people's. So trying to meet other people's expectations in terms of having a bigger house and a shinier car, that's not for me.
Awesome. I think that it's really interesting you should say that, because as you were talking, I thought if you asked 21-year-old Natasha what success looked like, it would have been great job, loads of money, really cool place to live. Even though I didn't even have my driving license at that point, it would have been like nice, big, flash car. And that's a really good point, that when I started out, I had to take other people's idea of what success was, because I really didn't have that much experience and I didn't know myself that well to know what felt good and what didn't for me. So it was useful for me to take other people's idea of success. I was just very slow at experiencing it, doing the experience, and then realizing it wasn't for me. That process was actually probably too slow for me. So I would say that success for me is constant readjustments. And I wish I practiced it more when I was younger, because then I would have been real fast. But I spent a lot of time creating what I thought would be the perfect life, only to get there and go, oh, okay, that's not how it felt. And then I had to really understand myself. So I would always suggest to people, try something out. And if it, ask yourself, does it really feel right for you? Is it fun? Is this like the best version of your life? And if it isn't, constantly readjust and move forward. But baby steps is fine, because life is long and you just gotta like experience something to know if it's a yes or no. And I've experienced so many really wonderful things that have caught me by surprise. On both sides. I thought I'd really love something and I didn't, and I thought I hate something and I loved it. So you've got to keep sort of growing and progressing. And for me, that is experimenting, but it is moving forward. And, I know, for me, AK, I like my New Year's resolutions. I like setting goals. I like setting targets. I set massive ones and then I break it right down. So if I feel I'm growing and progressing, that now in itself is success for me. The fact that I've got a bit further this month or this year than I did last year, that in itself is success. That is not how I would have viewed it when I was 21, but that's how I view it now when I'm 32. No, that's how I view it now when I'm a lot older. And you were talking about living life on your terms. For me, it's about living it up. I want every week to feel like I'm living it up. And I have to ask myself, what does that look like? And what does it feel like? How do I want to feel at the end of every week. And, you know, partly why we're doing Accounted International is because you and I want to give something back to the finance community, this profession that has been like really, really instrumental in our lives and our family lives. It's fed us. It's been really, really awesome for us. And so I would say us doing these videos and us understanding that we've got something to give back to the finance community, that falls under this bracket of living it up for me. That certainly wouldn't have been the case a few years ago. So it does change, but I do feel like I need to be progressing, moving forward, and staying vigilant about what living it up feels like. Living it up is partly holidays, it's partly having a break on weekends, but it's also about really, really enjoying something every single day of my working career. Even if some days are really hectic, we've got lots of deadlines and stuff like that, I still want to say that I'm living it up in my finance role as well. So what would you say to that, AK?
Absolutely. I mean, you know, life is for living, as they say. So, yeah, and I think I'm, you know, from my perspective, I can't stress enough, you know, having a rounded life and getting that balance between what you love doing at work and what, you know, what you love doing at home is essential if you're going to have longevity and you're going to you know, be successful in any aspect of your life. So I think, you know, you just be careful not to overcommit.
I mean, that's really good advice for me. That in itself for me is an experiment that I do every single day. So is that why you said it?
No, not entirely.
It's like, wow. It's like, yeah. Yeah, I must admit I get carried away, but and commit to everything. But at the same time, if I think before, when I was younger, I said no to too much, and now I probably say yes to too much. So like you said, life is about balance. And it's not like you ever, there are only fleeting moments where you feel like you've got it spot on, right? And then it all shifts again. And that's why it's about growing, progressing, taking those baby steps, because it is just like an ongoing thing, isn't it? That you've got to look, oh, success looks a little bit different to how it looked last week. But thank you guys so much for watching. We hope you've enjoyed this one, and we'll see you in the next video.